Eric Horn here with Maddie Lee. After the Thunder's 110-104 win over the Los Angeles Clippers, I had to say the full name. I wanted to make sure you guys knew the Clippers were from Los Angeles. Pardon me, I'm a little delirious. Maddie, good win for the Thunder after a week where it looked like they could be losers of 3 or 4 on the second night of a back-to-back. They ramp up their defensive intensity after kind of a sneaky bad first quarter where they give up a ton of three-pointers. They forced 26 turnovers in this game, and you know what? Russell Westbrook was at the head of that, even though he had a bad offensive game.
He was, yeah. He had a really interesting game where he was knocking down threes after missing his first 8 shots of the game. Wasn't finishing well at the rim, but affected the game in a lot of other ways. Steals was one huge way. Assists. Pretty much everything but finishing at the rim.
Yeah, and he limited the turnovers, some of the bad turnovers that he had on the 2-game road trip to New Orleans and Denver. Even though he doesn't shoot particularly well tonight, I think he was, 4 of 17 or 4 of 16 from the field. He, as he says at time again, he impacted the game in different ways. He was able to get the 6 steals. He's able to make some really heady passes in transition to guys that are cutting up the lane, like Nerlens Noel, finding Jeremy Grant. This was a controlled kind of Westbrook performance. He could have taken some bad shots. Some of the shots he missed tonight were just layups, similar to what we saw against Denver, where he starts off well in the first half, and then his shooting percentage just gets out of whack because he's missing shots he usually makes. The left-handed layups slipping out of his hand. The free throw issues continuing to pop up for him. He says it's going to come around. He has to get his expletive right, or he's got to get his expletive back. And kudos to you for asking him that question. But when is it going to happen, Maddie? When is he going to get his? When's he going to get it back?
His ish.
His
back.
ish. Oh, there you go. There you go. When's he going to get his ish back? That's so corny. Go ahead.
It's a good question. You'd think soon.
He was in a good mood. You should have hit him with the follow. Like, when is that?
I wasn't going to push my luck after that one.
Who knows?
Who knows? We'll see. But until then, Paul George has been doing a pretty good job taking the scoring reins.
No, Paul George was excellent tonight again. He leads the Thunder in scoring, has 33 points, 5 threes from Paul George, some really nasty crossover moves. Paul George is a guy that's finding his rhythm. He's really finding his rhythm, not just in terms of his scoring, but the rebounding, the steals, the deflections. This was a guy who, uncharacteristically against Denver, he didn't have the rebounding numbers he usually had until the fourth quarter. He didn't have a single rebound. Tonight he comes out, immediately has 3 rebounds in the first quarter. He's getting his hands on a lot of deflections. Fourth quarter they decide to trap him late in the game when the Clippers are trying to get back into it, and he makes that great pass to Jeremy Grant, cutting up the lane. Paul George is playing the game at a level that not many guys are playing the game at right now.
Yeah, and we've seen last couple games, he's been a little slow to get there. Tonight, that was not the case. He had 21 points in the first half. On fire.
Yep. Good close to the week for the Thunder, particularly on the second night of a back-to-back, to close out the Clippers. And they led by as many as 17. Let them get back into the game a little bit off of some bad shots at the end of the game, or some missed shots, rather. Steven Adams missing a couple, Westbrook missing a couple down the stretch. Next thing you know, the Clippers cut down the lead. But the Thunder, even though they get outshot from basically every level tonight, they're able to turn on their defense at certain times, and that's what this team needs to put, rest on throughout the season. They need to rest on their defense, being the catalyst for them and their offense.